Hello again. It is Jonathan Schick, otherwise known as Shtisel Man, with you to share another video. Now we're moving on to Season 1, Episode 2. And by the way, I was offline for the Jewish Sabbath, and we'll talk about that in a future video. In fact, the next one we'll talk about some of the laws of the Jewish Sabbath, which goes from Friday night sunset to Saturday night nightfall. That's coming up next video. First of all, though, we're going to discuss a very, very interesting topic on the Messiah and the resurrection of the dead. And the date between Akiva and Elisheva, they sort of make these sort of comments in somewhat of a joking fashion about waiting and like you're waiting for Mashiach, otherwise known as the Messiah, or Techiyat HaMeitim, which means the resurrection of the dead. And many people think this is a Christian idea, that Christianity believes in things like the Messiah and a future world past your bodily existence. But Judaism does not. That is actually a big fallacy. Judaism very much believes in the Messiah and the resurrection of the dead and the afterlife. And I'm talking about traditional Judaism, meaning the Judaism that goes back to the 5 books of Moses, Hebrew Bible, through the Talmud till today. There are different streams of Judaism, such as Orthodox, Conservative, and Reform. Conservative and Reform take a more liberal view on these matters, but that's more of a recent development over the last 200 years. But traditional Judaism for the last 5,000 and plus years has taken a view that there is definitely an afterlife. And the scope of these videos does not allow me to share all the specifics, but let me just share briefly that there is an idea of the Mashiach, the Messiah, that will come to sort of not only bring peace to the world, but also to create a world that everyone understands and recognizes God and God's existence. Again, I'm not using these videos to proselytize or to change anyone's opinion. It's just in relation to Shtisel that we're discussing these. And the second point about resurrection of the dead is that after the Messianic era, there will be a time when the body and soul get reunited again, and meaning after one dies, nowadays, of course, the body dies, but the soul remains, and the soul is like in a sort of waiting area upstairs in heaven, if you will, with other loved ones. And again, that's another whole discussion. And then afterward, there'll be a time, sort of the final era, where bodies and souls get reunited and people live in complete harmony and recognition of God. Again, this is a very, very intricate topic, which could take hours and hours of lectures, and I have given them on this topic. But for now, that is the reference that Akiva and Elisheva discussed towards the beginning of episode 2 in Shtisel. Hope you enjoy.